Hi, welcome to Amy's Box of Chocolates. Today I wanted to show you how you can make this really pretty yard decoration. So these are just painted rocks. And what can make this a really fun project is if you take your family on a hike or someplace where you might be able to start collecting rocks, you just start looking for a number of rocks that are a similar size. And then you just bring them home and you can all sit around together and start painting them. And it's just a fun little casual project. My daughters and I, we just laid out some cardboard. We just tore down a box and we laid it on the table, and I brought out some foam brushes and some paints, and we just sat outside together and painted rocks. And it's something fun that you can do with younger kids or older kids. You could do this with your parents, your grandparents, anyone. You could just have a really good time together. So I'm going to share with you some things that we did learn. So these rocks actually were already painted, but they were not sealed, and they were painted with Dollar Tree paints, which I do not recommend unless you are going to use a sealer. But even then, the lighter colors don't cover very well. So I would highly recommend using a higher quality paint. So an indoor-outdoor acrylic paint would be great. And Apple Barrel is one that we used that held up to the rain a lot better than the dollar store ones. So what we're doing here is we're just painting over the rocks again. And after that, I did go ahead and spray them with a sealant to help them hold up a little bit better. So a piece of advice I'd like to offer is double check the weather and make sure there aren't any little pop-up storms coming while you're sitting outside painting.
Oh no!
So once we finally had all of the rocks painted, I went ahead and sprayed it with the sealer. Now I used a satin. You could use a glossy if you want a little more shine to it. But this should help it hold up a lot longer, and they looked a little more vibrant, I thought, once they were sprayed. So while this project did turn out a very, very pretty decoration for the yard, I think one of my favorite things about it is the fact that every time I go outside and I see these flowers, I'm going to think about the memories that were made while we were sitting together painting them, and the pop-up storms.
It's not supposed to rain.
And the conversations and the different things that we had. And that's what I really like about projects like these, is because not only do you end up with something nice that you can enjoy regularly, but you also, sometimes when you look at those things, they remind you of the time that you created it, the time you spent together. And so it's just kind of a double win, in my opinion. So I hope you will give this a try and spend a little time with some family members or some friends and create something pretty and create those memories.